meeting to the public. Anyone care to be heard on any topic relating to Morris Township? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Lisa Marie. I actually just moved to Florin Park. My address is the Archer Hotel. It's 130 Florin Park. I'll be living here partially. Pretty much elongated, but I should say partially I'm living in your township. I just want to thank you very much. I'm a little out of breath because I've been working very hard today, like many of us do. And I would pretty much title myself as being anywhere from a humanitarian to an animalarian to an eartharian, and so on and so forth. The reason why I'm here is I take what I do very seriously. Our world is in a dire situation. I am currently running for governor in the state of Idaho. I was one of the 19 running for president of the United States in 2016. I dropped from the race in 2015 because my daughter tried to commit suicide. My daughter was also part of what we would consider human trafficking. It is very difficult for me to speak over the last 2 years. It was always pretty easy. It's not very easy any longer, and I struggle with it. In my lifetime, over the last 10 years, I've spoken in front of over 100 city councils around the United States. What I want to say to each of you is first, thank you for serving. It takes a lot of guts, and I know. The reason why I'm in your township is it just so happens that Morris County is the home of the New York Jets. Never thought in my life I would have anything to do with the National Football League. I have no father, no brothers. I don't even know how to play a game. But I ended up in the training rooms. And I'm honored because I invented an ingredient. And I invented the ingredient to save my mother and to save my son. And pretty much like in between the Eric Brockovich story, if you know Lorenzo's oil, I persevered to save my own family. In the midst of doing that, in laying the center of the U.S. News and World Report in 2005, the companies that I built from my heart as an American were sabotaged. Grossly. To where I didn't want to live any longer. So, my opening to you is, I look forward to getting to know you. I'll be going throughout your entire county. People will know not only who I am, but mainly who your children are, because they have voices. We're losing 2,000 children a day. That's only on missing children. So if everyone's familiar with John Walsh, I'm pretty much in the footsteps. I can cry over that story because I think many of us were shocked when that happened. And then when Susan Smith drowned her children, us as a nation, we didn't know what to do. But it's happening so much now, we don't even know what to do. These stories are happening day in and day out. What happened over the last 22 years? So I don't want to be grieving to you, but it takes serious breaks. We have huge gaps in our system. I will be President of the United States by the popular vote. If it's electoral vote, I don't have much faith in that system. So each of you, this picture should be a little familiar. I brought over posters 2 weeks ago for each of you. And the picture that's on the back, and I'll show all of you, it's just a humanitarian picture. So this picture, I actually printed 100,000 prepared to print 350 million. And your township and Mayor Peter, you were one of the first to get this poster. And I've numbered each one of them. What I do want to make light is, this is Nikea. Nikea committed suicide a year and a half ago. Also a young girl, Caitlin, on Facebook Live. Last year when I was in Washington, D.C., I walked into every senator's office. That's 100. Out of 100 senators' offices, just walking through the main door, even though we have interns, only 5 senators' offices knew that these 2 girls committed suicide on Facebook Live. I find that to be a horror. So what can we all do about it? Well, you are doing something about it. You're serving. So you'll see these words called no children, no human race. And John Walsh started with Ronald Reagan, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. It just so happens that Dr. Siva Koop, former, is now passed, was one of my mentors. So in your township and all 50 states in the United States, there will be no children, no human race. It will not be a nonprofit. It'll be global. And this is, we need to stop before the children are missing and before they're exploited. The guitar I'm holding, I made 27 of them. I'll be making one for John Melody, head trainer of the New York Jets. One of my other very best friends is Marty Lozum, who's now the head trainer of the Atlanta Falcons, made his guitar. The reason why I made the guitars is amongst the internal family, there's a lot of money within the NFL. And every single penny went to what I started as a nonprofit back then called Pass for Kids. So I just wanted to show you. So this is Brian Dawkins' guitar, and he allows me to keep it. On the back of the guitar, it says, Pass for Kids is to enlighten the nation with the necessary information to avoid a poisonous food supply. So I'm going from the poisonous food supply to the poisonous people in the world. So God bless you, and thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you so much for coming. Anyone else care to be heard? Public portion? Mr. Grayzel?
Good evening, Jeff Grayzel, 1 Indian Head Road. In the resolutions that you just read off for the JMF property, I saw there was lot 3, 3.01, 303, and 304, but there was no 3.02. Is there also a lot 3.02?
There is, it's a ball field.
It's a ball field.
It's donated by the property owner.
Okay. And can you explain again, for the benefit of the public, why there are 4 separate zones?
Why there are 4 separate...
Or 5 separate, well, 5 separate, but the 4 that are listed here, why are
The
they?
project is divided into a commercial component, 2 affordable components, and a market rate residential component. So each of those has its own developer's agreement.
Okay, great. And does this mean it's going to start moving forward in the near future?
I'm sorry, I forgot my hearing aids, Jeff, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Are the developments going to start moving forward in the near future?
Pretty soon. I know you're probably concerned about those giant piles of stone. Yes, as I understand it, they'll be moving forward quickly.
So those piles will be moved soon?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else care to be heard? Yes, sir. Mr. Aurora.
Jim O'Reilly, 50 Independence Way. You say that there will be lower density, right?
You're speaking now, of course, about the zoning ordinance.
Zoning ordinance in the Sisters of Charity property.
Yes, sir.
Started out as 220 homes, down to 165.
But there will be building on slopes.
We've relaxed some of the slope regulations to achieve the interests of both parties.
there's a water area and there are slope, will those be included in figuring the density?
Well, the gross acreage is always a factor. So you take the acreage of the entire tract when you say, for example, in this case, 6 units to the acre. I believe it's 27 acres, something in that order. So the maximum potential yield would be 6 times 27. But physically, you have to be able to accommodate those. And as you pointed out a moment ago, there are wetlands and there are some slopes that cannot be compromised.
But they do count in allocating the density.
Yes, they do.
Also, one worry I had with these properties going in right next to Liberty Greens, it was said that Liberty Greens is lower than that area.
I don't know. I don't know the topo there.
The question is the runoff. Does the runoff go from Liberty Greens to that area or that area to Liberty Greens?
Liberty Greens is higher.
Liberty Greens is higher.
Yeah. The
So,
road slopes down a little bit.
will there be any lessening of runoff from Liberty Greens into that area due to this project?
Those are details that we're not privy to yet. When the application makes its way to the planning board, there'll be a lot more sunshine on that.
Okay, because the concern, of course, is that with less runoff, there'd be more water retained in our areas and greater danger of things like flooding in basements,
Sure.
you know. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anyone else care to be heard?
How's it going? My name's Mark Gyorfy. I live at 61 Alexandria Road. I had a question about on the resolutions 18718 with the cost of $80,000 per year. I'm curious if that is consistent with what we already are paying, or if that's different.
It's a reduction.
It's a reduction. Okay. And is there a way in the future, for future reductions, to try to pool with other towns to try to reduce those costs, or is that something we would
No.
do independently? Okay.
Through
Could you explain
negotiations,
why?
Mr. Quinn lowered this by $16,000 a year.
Okay.
It's designed strictly for our township. We're not looking to work with any other municipalities it's only for our needs.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Anyone else care to be heard? If not, I would entertain a motion to close the public session. So moved. Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. General business correspondence, the consent calendar, as circulated, ma'am. Okay. Commentary by township committee members on township matters. Mr. Ortiz.
I'd like to thank Mr. Mills, Mayor, Kathy, and our professionals did a great job in getting that density reduced by 25% on the property. I'd like to reiterate that again. And just one last thing. John, you mentioned before you're eager to please. Are you so eager that we can get some free legal advice here for our municipality?
Of course.
For our township? Thank you. Nothing else to report.
Unlike many other attorneys, John does not own a stopwatch.
Ms. Wilson?
Yes, I had a couple of things I wanted to mention. I wanted to highlight how pleased I was to see this, the insert in what that came with people's tax bills. I thought this was an excellent way to send information that you want everyone in the town to get. And I thought the information that was on there was really worthwhile. It was about communication and encouraging people to sign up for, the ones I would highlight in particular are the municipal messenger, which is the township email system. A lot of people surprisingly are not signed up for this. I would definitely encourage that. That's a major way the township communicates with residents. And also the Smart 911. I would encourage people to take a look at that. There's a lot of benefits to that if there is an emergency situation. I signed up for it myself. I did not take advantage of every category of information, but there's a lot of things that you can put on there, your family members, your address details, medical information, your pets, and so on. So I think that's worthwhile, and I encourage people to look into it.
Kathy, thanks for bringing it up, by the way. That was Mr. Sisler's idea.
That's a great
was not
idea.
part of it.
It's an excellent idea.
Thank you.
Also, one of the items on the Smart 911 is about, your address details. I've noticed for many years, there are many towns, or many houses in our town that don't have numbers on them. And that's been concerning to me for a while. It seems to me like a safety issue. If an ambulance has to come to a house and there's no number on it, or frequently I'll see a series of houses where there's no numbers. It's come to my attention recently that we actually do have an ordinance on the books that requires residents to have numbers on their house that are clearly visible. That ordinance, I believe, was established in 2001, and it's not widely known, and we're not aggressive about enforcing it, and my preference would be that people just become aware of it and voluntarily comply. It's very important, especially for safety. I also wanted to congratulate our fire department and our OEM for being awarded a $13,000 hazardous materials grant. This will provide training to ensure that firefighters and other responders are well equipped to deal with emergency situations that are complicated by hazardous materials. The training will take place over a period of 1 week. It'll be in September, and it will involve a number of agencies. And I'd like to say a special thanks to Dan Nunn, who's our OEM coordinator, for finding the grant, and to Gianna Del Cole, who is an OEM volunteer. She wrote the grant, and I commend them in particular. And one question I wanted to clarify, I've received questions from residents about the field on Colgate, the Colgate property that's growing, that is part of the Colgate property that will be redeveloped, and the start date on the construction is pretty soon, right? Like within a couple of weeks?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. They just received their approvals from DEP to tie into the Morristown sewer sanitary system, and that's what they were waiting for to be moving forward in the near future.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Nunn?
There's no comment this evening. I'm having very difficulty hearing.
Okay, all right. Mr. Sisler?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I wanted to thank the mayor, particularly for the appointment of Michael Schumer to the Southeast Morris County Municipal Utilities Authority. That is an important position. I know I appointed Mr. Johnson a few years ago, and we're sorry to see him move out of the community, but Mr. Schumer's background is spectacular, and I just wanted to commend you for that appointment. Thank you. Wanted to congratulate Rebecca DiMacino, who is a volunteer, became a volunteer member tonight of the Morris Township Fire Department. She is a member of the school internship program. We have several levels of volunteers, a regular volunteer for the fire department. We also have junior volunteers, which is folks, young people from the ages of 14 to 17. And we also have a school internship program. If you're in the fire science at CCM or another area college, you can come into our school internship program, work with our fire department during the day, and get internship credits. So welcome to our community, Rebecca. Also, I wanted to congratulate Caleb Huff and Nicholas Gonzalez, who became permanent appointments tonight for our police department. They passed their one-year probationary period, and so congratulations to both those gentlemen, and thank you to Chief DiCarlo for once again getting some really great people. A couple of other memberships for the Fairchild Fire Department, Ed Duffy and Caitlin Gordon were appointed tonight, so congratulations to them and welcome. Wanted to just make a public note about property taxes due to the delay in receiving our certified tax rates. The mailing of the property tax bills were delayed a bit, so the grace period for property taxes that was August 1st is now extended to August the 31st. If you have any questions, you can obviously call our tax collector here at Town Hall. The bell tones that were supposed to be singing at Ginty Gazebo this week were rescheduled to August the 23rd because of the rain. So hopefully we can get that in. And we have a 6th annual family camp out. Our Parks and Recreations Department has a camp out once a year where you can go across the street for $10 per family. You check in, you have this year's Despicable Me 3 on the big outdoor screen Disney movie. And then we will wrap up the next morning with bagels and drinks. That evening there's games, activities, and a bonfire. So it's a really fun night. My family and I have done it several times, and it's really kind of a special, kind of hometown, kind of a great opportunity for the family. So if you're interested, did I say when that was? That is on August the 18th. That's this Saturday. And finally, for anyone interested, on August the 21st, starting at 10 o'clock, we're having a blood pressure screening here at Town Hall. If you're interested, please contact our public nurse. She's here in the building most days. So again, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Appreciate it.
On that camp out, Bruce, is there any reason that you can't leave around 11 o'clock and go to the Hilton and sleep there and come back in the morning?
If you're so inclined to.
I have a very little. When you go last, it's always the way. But if you remember, my son, the Benedictine, was here last month, and I got a call from the abbot of his monastery, who said, "We're praying for Marks Township. Can you tell me what that's all about?" And I said, "Just keep praying. We're doing fine." So, thank you. And then just one other sad note: Joe Calvinelli's mother-in-law died today, and so keep her in your prayers. Okay. Monthly reports. Consideration of monthly reports. Anything special there to talk about? No. Okay, fine. Claims for payment, list of bills and vouchers: $12,473,422.34. Motion?
I'll move the bills.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Arvanites?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Sisler?
Yes.
Mr. Nunn?
yes,
Mayor Mancuso?
Yes. I would entertain a motion of adjournment or adjournment.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming tonight.
I still move